There is a forest. Sunlight leaking through the roof of leaves and turning the dry, sandy ground into a golden speckled carousel of light dancing through the shadow of the acacia and pine trees, safe and Christmas green, closing in and reaching their branches to one another, as if to protect the earth and all the things close to the surface from the endless, dizzying sky, and the storm clouds that gather there, and the suffocating heat that made Icarus' story of wings and hope one of tragedy, even so beautiful. The strong, abundant leaves, restless in the thrumming energy only children at the beach can find on a summer day like this, when the birds are still and the skies are pale blue and empty, save a bright white cloud that looks so as if a toddler could have drawn it right onto the canvas of the heavens. And oh, it hardly comes to mind now, whilst I feel like a river, a shell by the shore, shimmering and sparkling. The glittering dust behind the window glass, bathing in the morning sun, face turned towards the distant sound of laughter, and shouting, impossible to make out whether or not they are cries of distress or pleasure or something else entirely. And it feels oddly soothing, as if no harm could ever come to me, and the sounds of people, being and living, makes my chest ache a little bit. And it unsettles me, although I cannot grasp why. But then I trail back my thoughts, and that is all there is, nothing else. It seems hardly right to think about it now, as like looking for stars by plain daylight, or covering one's ears for the irrational fears that darkness brings. Out here, between the ferns and dusty pebbles that are satisfying to touch, it feels as an act of cowardice, a childish act of clinging to. The pain of the heart as familiar as a mother's leaf, recoiling from courage, and the exhausting, embarrassing, fearsome possibility of mistake-making. But I am yet to learn how to let go, for it is the hardest thing that I've never done. Memories I could easily shut out, if only. Boiling tears burn my skin, cauliflower cheeks. I smell the pine cones that fall down on me like rain. I am still so young, I tell myself. I repeat the words until they're ghosts, the frequent visitor in dreams that holds my hands after nightmares. There is a forest, close by the way, where I went on holiday as a child. It was in France, or maybe I phantomed that. Maybe it is only how my imagination made it to be. Like how you romanticize a toxic relationship after a while, because when it's over you can only really remember the good parts, even ever so clearly the moments that you are reminded of in roses and old music CDs, and the sound of a tent being opened, and the marble floor of the museum, blurred out traffic lights and the smell of the fog in the night, and the smoke of the fire, and you have to cry because you feel in every fiber of your being that you are so lost and breaking within those trembling limbs and stoic face. The forest, I have to go when I am frowning, confused, searching the spots before my eyes as if I am lost something there, and in a way I did. The woods are something from a fairy tale. The trees are all my favorite. I am unconscious of my body, save for the numb spots underneath my eyes, and trailing down like threads where my tears dried up, a fly curtain of salt and clammy hotness. It is strange that it is to be like this. While I try to describe it, the thoughts scatter from my head like fleas. Broken winged butterflies, hurting themselves, slamming into rib cages. There, I felt something, untraceable, and unable to wrap my mind around it. It is like I am a poet trying to express my love, reaching for complex words, thrilled and entranced at the same time by exaggerating heartbeats, driven by the fortitude and stamina brought by the intense and overwhelming feelings intoxicating my soul. The beauty of this place is rescuing, a salvage in the ruthless storm, making everything seem unreal and distant. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. A princess in a movie, stumbling through high school, a moth to a flame, a bird in a net. Who are you and what is right for me to wonder? I spread my arms and let the fever of my raging mind pour out into the lonely clefts in the forest around me. I will never be dishonest to myself, so I let my eyes wander the whole wide unknown looking for you, knowing I won't find you there. For you are stuck in the past, frozen. That is whom I want to have beside me. My neck is keen, dangerously eager, to twist and bend my head to glance, but I shall not trust that thorn to myself. The circus inside me, acrobats competing in my stomach. It seems unfair that you will never know the amount of thoughts and never doubts I spare for you. Only oneself can decide what is worth. But you have word. If not for me, then surely your breaths must have caused another to run short of it. In this forest, I lie down, Ophelia in dried up waters. I prefer the flowers dead and grumbling. In my vanity, I could not stand a prettier presence near my homely face. Marks of fingernails in my palms and waist and down my face. I am not going to show you. A fragile figure fell from the trapeze. Dancing lights between the shadows of the trees like spotlights hanging from the branches. I'll hold my breath and lock it close, never letting it escape. Far from the sky falls Icarus, arms flailing through the sky for help, the wind playing with his limbs. Wings.